Hey, good to see you. Welcome back. I made a few changes to the scene. You may notice. Just put some quote unquote rubble in the foreground and the background. But that's about it. So we just opened up the scene, and now we have that constraint thing again. So it just doesn't keep this on select. So we're only selecting the control rig. So we just want to right click over here and hit dynamic offset. And then we'll see over here, our hand does what it's supposed to. Let's hide this other sword. Then we will hide all this rubble. Come up here, collapse, hide, and we will go to unlit mode. We can just focus on our character here. The goal will be to get this character. So let's hide this one. Player start was in a bad spot. Sorry. Let me just move that real quick. Here. We want to get this character through our blocking pass. Blocking pass to me means that everything that you want to do in the animation is shown and it's clear about what's happening. There's like no question about, huh? What? People shouldn't be confused. So that's what we want to do. We want to get these other poses blocked in and keep moving forward through that process so that we can say, okay, I am satisfied with all my posing and my timing. And then though everything's still pretty rough, we are happy with the way things look. So the next thing I want to do is come here, get these. I want to get these constraints turned back on to dynamic. And if you have a bunch of constraints, that could get really annoying. Okay. So now everything should be animating. Okay. So let's just be kind of methodical about it. I think I'm ready to be methodical about it anyway. Over here, that's the camera. In our methodology, I want to start working through just from the start of the animation to the end, get the poses that I want in each stage. So on this one, we're moving back and over. I think what I can do is just move over here. Oh, something didn't work out there. Oh, there's another key there. Oh, I didn't put in the right spot. I guess we aren't snapping. Or why that's not snapped to a keyframe. Anything else weird like that? I'm paying attention to this this number right here on the timeline. See if there are any asterisks that come up. Collapse all this. I don't want to see that. And like this object over here. Nothing. I wonder how that got into that state. Okay, let's come back here. Moving backwards and forwards. Let's just keep it and say we want this foot to step back. And then step forward. So I'm just going to eyeball these positions. Okay. So let me see here. Back, forward. What are we doing here with these feet? I don't know, and that's okay. We are moving to here, and that's really where we want to plant them. So yeah, I will get rid of that. Let's have it move here. They're moving over quickly. Ooh. Probably not on the right layer. No, I only have one layer. Why can't I rotate this? Okay, there we go. So I want to hold that frame here for a little bit. I don't have a lot of frames. I guess that'll be here to here, but let's push this out one more. That way we can have that pop off, really jump off the ground. So here, I don't want that backwards motion right here. So probably I should have her coming in from the back. And go ahead and feel like there is action already. Like she's came from somewhere. And let's lead with this right foot. So we're going to come in and plant here. So we want that right foot planted. We're on frame 2. So I need to go back a little bit more. That's fine. Let's actually pull this back. We're coming in and we're hitting there. I want this to still move like we're moving from this up position here. I guess if we wanted to, we can like really move this up. Coming in, going down, and then pushing forward. So we gotta keep that forward momentum going. So let's just set our selection in there. Oops. So I can start there. So you can see how this is kind of like our Antic there. We're hitting here. We want that foot there. Yeah, I would want to hold that a little bit longer. But let's see here. Let's try that timing. We're coming down from here. And just try to pose this so that we've got our whole action coming from this direction. I guess she could be kind of turning into it too. Like that. And curve this back a bit. Not too far back. We can kind of have this stretched frame bit going on here. Don't really want to get too far into that because I don't have a proper key set here on that. So let me just whoops, not rotation, translate, to get rid of all that translate there. There we go. Anyway, so let's keep trying to work quickly. So we're planting here. This should be over here. Okay. So again, in this phase, I'm not looking like for perfection in these poses. Just a clear understanding of the motion and good poses, but not perfect poses. Because in the end, like I would do, one of the polish passes I do in the end is just like a spacing pass on like every major controller that you're really going to see. The stuff that I feel hits the most and is the most obvious throughout the animation. So that'd be like wrists, elbows, your main center of gravity, your nose, stuff like that. It'd be harder to follow, but if I can get this foot up here, get some space there. He's looking that way. Move this here. There we are. I think that's okay for now. I'm struggling with putting the arm there because the sword's right there. They don't want to fight for that space, but let's get there anyway. See if we like it. Get a bend there. There's like just enough space there to put something. So some of these poses depend on like what is going to lead the next part of the action. So I'm thinking, you know, like the elbow comes first. Maybe you don't know because I'm just about to say it. Here, here it is. So on this action, like we're coming through here and we're hitting here, and we'll have this kind of pose where she's down. Maybe this hands are up. There's her head. Then she'll other color yellow. Then she'll push off, jumping up and going off that direction. So we can stretch that pose out too. And like her elbows might be, her hands might be out like that, or I might shake shooting forward. Like that's the action. So like here, I'm thinking about eventually this arc on the elbow will come to here, and it might shoot off that way. So it would be like coming down and leading first. So the hands up here, elbows down here, and it leads. And then it leads back into this back position here. So just thinking through like what, like the line of action, like the arc that the character's moving on is going to, what's it going to be like. I'm trying to already think ahead on that. Here. Okay. So I do want like that momentum to carry through. Maybe I should have this one a little higher, like up there. pushing through. And then off she goes. And want the head to be kind of looking, pointing in that direction. I like that pose, I'll probably keep it. I like this little selection range here, like you don't have to change like your whole timing. It's like you have two little selection ranges that you can work within. One for just targeted bit of animation across your timeline. I do that, keep that pose there. This elbow down here, like she's still dragging. Move all this out. I get the pose to play nice. Again, I'm thinking about how that pose looks. I guess I should just keep that on. Just hit G. Yeah, that way I can just see the pose real quick. G here. So we would have that foot planted here, but we wouldn't plant it like that there. We'd want that foot to keep coming in. And if you want to, you can kind of smack it down. Let's push that to there. Play with that a bit. Maybe we're turning a little too soon there. Stretch that out a bit more. Again, I am concentrating a little bit too much on the blocking pass here, as I'm calling it. Some of this stuff, or why that happened here, Okay, let's keep these feet planted. Well, looks like I have some room to go here. So we can push this down more. Or not. Seemed like there was some room there a second ago. Yeah, there's that one and then that one. Let's key these two. Come here. What's going on? It'd be interesting if you hit F, it frames your entire set of curves. It'd be interesting if it only frames to your section here. Let's get rid of that. Sometimes the computer does something you do want. So what pose did I like? That one? Okay, let's take that pose, put it here. Put it there. Put the key there, because that keys everything. And then this one is a little bit too far. So we're pushing up with this right foot. We're just gonna bring that up. Gonna still kind of hunker down here. Kind of squash everything a bit. be good is if maybe a little bit of that directionality here. That'd be better. There we go. Here we want her to come around like that. That way these hands can drag from this direction here. Or I'm not necessarily animating to our camera. And this is more or less kind of how I think about it when you're creating an animation for a video game, because a lot of times what you're animating isn't necessarily locked to a camera that you're going to know, but they're locked to a camera that player is controlling. So you kind of have to look at it from not just, oh, I like this side view. You have to say, okay, what about the back view, the top view, the front view, and all that sorts of things. Usually, though, what I try to do is just I concentrate on two views, so like maybe the front and the back, and then the side, and that'll be like my area of focus. And sometimes I'll come up, but I've generally learned, so it's just like over time through practice, that if I stick to those three key points, then that's usually enough coverage for mostly everything. And then I start looking at it in game and seeing like, what did I miss? So if you see me, and you will, rotate to these different views, you're wondering, why am I not animating to the camera? Hopefully that will help clear things up. I'm working on the fact that this left foot is coming. So let's start breaking that left foot up. And we can have it over here. Don't want there to be some movement there. And we'll have it, find it back here too. So here, that left leg is back. We want that left leg back down there. So this left leg IK controller is a child of this. That's why I just gotta pull back. I'm not really sure I want that amount of stretch. Don't really care for like overstretching things and it being seen. I like it when it's more felt than seen. Let me get rid of this marker real quick. Oops, I locked marks. Delete all marks. Okay. And that's fine there. Maybe if we have, I wonder if this is going to come over, if we'll lose it. Just trying to see if the hand can kind of come around like it's moving around a clock face. We might lose it in the silhouette here. And we'd want the elbow to probably lead. And then get this pushed out more, not lead that much. Okay, there we go. This one, you scroll up so you can see where I'm at in the sequencer. So this is a little slow. turn that on. Wait for it to get up a little faster there. Then I think that might be okay there. Move this one up too. This is all cool and all, but I don't think it's working as well as I wanted it to. What I want is just a hard hit here. So let's key. Don't I want those three? I think they're all keyed. That one, this one, this one. You notice that I'm a keyer. I like setting a lot of keys. That'll be here. Whoops. Undo that. Move this one over one. Not sure. It's interesting that the arms are kind of freaking out. Not sure why. Go ahead and clean that up. Here we are. I think they started freaking out when I showed the motion trail. Is that right? I think what I should do is bring this one back a bit. Have it connected to, say, here. Let's get that one and move this one back. Then we'll rotate from there. Let's see what's going on. There we are. So we're move that back just a little bit. If I just eyeball things. So we're hanging out there for a while with the head location. Let's try that one. So I think I just need more time here. Let's pull it from here. So now I've got a lot that complicated stuff going on with the sword talks later. That might work if I plant this key more, have this move a little slower. Some mic work coming over here. I don't know what happened to these hands. Out of control. Weird. Okay. And it did seem to happen around the time we had the motion trail in there. So anyway, we just want to get some arcs flowing here. This one, this needs to stay in front of the sword. Now we've get it off the sword. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Kind of pushing forward with these hands too. Really try to dig into this pose here. You see there, that might work. Let's stick with that. just rotate out this foot. This is going to get here. If I rotate this, I want it hitting that rotation. Maybe not. Just looking at it, trying to see where we could go with this. Might be okay. And this one is coming in like that. Okay. Might be okay. Might be a little bit too long down. There. Or did I move it from here? Something like that. Because there's a bit more of my liking. Okay, so let's go to our next section. Clean that up there. Let's go here. So we'll set our selection range, and then so we get our sword toss. Don't want mainly want the sword toss to feel like a toss. We can come into this pose sooner here. Where are we? I'm gonna figure out if I should overwrite one of these poses that I have. Maybe this one here. We have that for 2 frames. Now, probably will change it. With this guy. Okay, there we are. This hand here. Can I come back here? Okay, there you go. The hand's gonna come up. Here like that. Then we'll grab. And I want to keep the torso down here. Like we're pushing into it. Into that grab position. Rotate this as if the sword's, as if she's pulling the sword down a little bit. I'm just going to rotate this over. It happened all too fast. Looks like the hand. Let's go here. If I move this, will the sword go? No, it won't. Okay. What I want to do. Move this hand up here. As if we thrown the sword up more. So I want this to come forward. And obviously not be in the head. That would be weird for the sword. Then we'll toss it up. All this is happening pretty quickly. So sword hand hits here. There. okay with it happening quickly. I'm going to delete this one. Maybe I'll keep it. I'm not sure what's happening with the sword there. Hand's going up here now. Oops, I didn't mean to rotate that hand, but I think that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and have this sword get thrown through. Have this torso kind of lead the charge. Have this hand like all the way up. There we go. Let me rotate this just a little bit more. Maybe it'll feel like that's throwing up. Bring the hand up. A little bit better. Feel like we actually get some Antic in there on that toss. So probably at this point, bring this hand down so that we get that line of action through here. Go back though. So we throw, toss it up. Then we can have some of that momentum come back with the hand moving this way. Just kind of holding that. I'm not sure what's going on with this pose here. Is this a pose there? Delete that one. I'll take this one, put it here. Then I'll delete that and move this over. Throw in the air. Want this throw to be back here. So I'll take this torso position from this other one, put it there. Then we'll come out of it a little bit. Then we can have like a quick little change on the leg positions here. Moving with that motion. So we're kind of just pushing into that throw there. Maybe the hand's like that over there. Then push back a little bit more. There we are. That might work. And then we want to have that hand come through for the catch here. And not sure how much I like that pose. Let's rotate a little bit that way. So the next thing I want to do is have like a better pose probably here. So just set a key here. So just thinking through it, if the arm goes back there, and then we can kind of have that motion come around, oops, here. We rotate there, have this hand kind of come down. Gonna have to fix some Oilers there for sure. I think she's always looking towards her goal. This hand is coming like in a circle like this. So I'm thinking that hand's back here, and then it comes around this way for the catch up here. Like that. So like this hand position is going to be dragging here. Kind of like that. And then that's going to be your arc. I'm just drawing some ticks there for maybe that's your spacing. But yeah, I probably want to like be slow out of this and then speed up. Probably get rid of this one. Maybe even that one. And just like move quickly. So like this to here, hand position here to here in that one frame. But then we come up here, we push up a little bit and then push down. All the while, like we're keeping that constant movement forward, so we have that sort of jitter. That's what I would think about. Yeah, that's feeling cool. And that sword position could be up a little higher. So it catches there. And then let's just say we set a key there. So it's up, it's down, then it's up again. And we're gonna go ahead and fix our Oilers here. Hopefully everything looks good. So not this key, not that controller, but we basically would want to move everything over a little bit. Timing wise, so we're going to set a key here, make sure a thumbs up. I'm going to drag this hand here and then get that elbow pointing that way. And this hand can kind of come over too, like that, over our torso. Going to push a little bit further. Oops. We don't need to rotate the pull vector. Let's get a better silhouette there. There we are. I think we're still back here with our feet. And then we're kind of carrying over everything here to kind of shoot through like we're throwing it. Maybe not here, getting too far over from the body control. Usually I would have the body rotated a bit more. There we go. That might work. Maybe that's up that a little bit. We'll see how this foot wants to come back after this throw. Really pushing into it there, so maybe not that much with everything. That way it's a little bit more subtle. Which all of this is this bottom half of the body is working to get that arm sweeping through. Almost like it's a little bit more effort, a little bit less effort, I should say. Oops. Okay, let's see here. Get that looking better. So just exaggerate this a bit more. Get this hand position down. Still sweeping through here. This might have to be a little further up. And then this drags through. And then this guy is over there somewhere. That clavicle helping out. Like you're pinching here. Not sure what happened. Whoops. Let's get this rotation check here. Oh, still bad. Oh, I know why. It's this pull vector. Pull vector could be up here like that, and that's fine. But that pull vector was twisting the arm around, getting the elbow pointing forward. We still want this arm back a little further. As soon as I can select this, there we are. And drag that. See, I need to clean up these Oilers. So catching there, that might be too far back. Get that hand out of the way. Rotate these up. And we're catching. Probably, maybe not the jitter. So delete that. Here. And then here. Let me see. Elbows pointing forward. And that's that way. Yeah. Then she catches. So we'll move a little bit this way. And let's change our sections now. That sword is carrying through here. There. There. That could still be up there, and that's back. So let's see here, that torso, let's rotate that torso more. Let's get that hand, that not dragging so far back. Get this hand out of the way. Get back here more. Push these hands back. That's the torso. Get this over here so I can try to get some bend in this arm. Okay, I think I like that. Ever kind of looking at our target. This hand's coming over here. Just some changes. Get that sword above the arm so we don't lose it. Then what I'm going to do is key there. I'm going to get this sword back here. Move this hand over a bit. Get this other part of the arm involved. Putting some keys, moving the clavicle over. Create some space there. Some nice space. Get this elbow. The key there. Get this elbow up. Get this out a little bit more. Where are we? There we are. Okay, let's look at all of it. Nice. Excuse me. Cool. Let's see if we can clean that head motion up a little bit. I just want this section here. It was pretty clunky when you look at it like that. It was hitting. Let us track just the head. We're gonna unpin all. We're gonna pin selected. Unpin all. And Pin selected. There we are. So I'm wanting to do that turn, but I might be doing it too early. So we're coming down. Maybe I should stretch those legs out here. Oops. Okay, let's grab the correct objects controllers. It is slower when the motion trail's up. That's a considerable difference. Looks like yeah, that's too bad. Some wonkiness with just showing the motion trail. Let's go there. Let's keep this together. Okay, I'm just going to turn off that motion trail for now. Push this in. I know I'm supposed to be working on the head. Sometimes I can't help myself. I'll see something, and I'm like, ooh, let's get that now. So just getting these feet a little bit tighter before they kick out, so that when it turns and on that 360, it doesn't get too wide too fast. Also want to keep a sense of like there is a foot that's down. That's kind of the pivot foot. Not accurately per se, just a sense of it. Okay, there we go. Yes, that head hits there and then comes back up. All right. Tricky part is which controllers do you really want to work from? Yes, I think the torso will change what the head's doing as much as the body control will. That's a little too much. What's going on with this arm? Can't see a thing. Let's get that to where it probably should be. Just coming too far over, too fast, I think. It should still be dragging from this position. That. If the head looking that way, we might just be turning too soon. Sword still coming down. That's cool. I like that. Oh, I want it to be coming over. me see. I'm trying to think about if I slow her down here, like so, and then push off. Just do like a little bit of kickoff here. That might work. It might be a little too far away from each other. Maybe there's a little bit of burst there. Okay, let's see how that looks. Cool. Okay, let's get rid of all this. Let's go to, oh, let's save it. I don't think I've saved this entire time. Scary. Okay, let's go to our camera. Let's see so we can follow along. Oops, I thought I got rid of this. Clear selection here. Cool. It's not as cool when this thing stops. Might just, like if you start it from here, cut those last two off. Yeah, got some weird drag here. I'm not so concerned about that. Well, I mean, for a blocking pass, I think everything's clear. Let's change where this sword is. So let's make sure we can see our helper sword toss cube. We want to grab stuff that's in the sequencer. Oh, just the sword, just the cube. So cube's there. I push up on this cube. Ah, there we are. Let's push back. Let's see what's going on. Here, I don't want to push back there. I don't want to push forward there either. I think it's all linear. Oh, so that's okay to just trash all that. And then this should go up a little bit. There we are. Probably catch that hand should be up sooner. Out of the way so we can see it. Maybe move this head up a little bit right there. And I think I'm in the camera view for both of these. Let's go back to perspective. Bring this arm forward a bit more. That is pretty far forward. Okay. And then we'll catch there. Get this here like that. So I want to do one more thing. Do just some finger stuff there. Let me see about this though. So she throws it. Just get rid of this IK feeling here. Push this back. See how that worked. It's a little better. rotating now. Okay, let's get this back here. Move this, there we are. That might help. And this can come down here a bit, down here more. And just move these over here. At the head. There we are. The pole vector. Move that over there like that. There we are. Looks a little better. Not thrilled with that pose there. Right there. That one too. Just bring that one back up also. Guess I should do an antic here. I feel like I have too many frames. Push the arm up. Bring that pole vector up a bit. And then this is back more. Like that. There we are. That's okay. So yeah, I really am putting pretty far back. So yeah, let's just move these over. One, move them down. So that we do have that hand coming through. That's weird. Right there. There we are. Cool. All right, so the fingers, because I think I'm going to just be done with this animation. I'm not going to take it past this stage, but there is a little bit I wanted to do. The fingers, just open up the hand. So what I'm going to do is just grab these here, just like that. So when the hand, just like a couple poses, the hand should be open here. Let's come here, rotate these back to 0. We'll start there. And we'll just open this up a bit here. Rotate these into position. It just looks like the hand is a little bit more splayed, ready to grab. Not looking for perfect hand poses here. But something kind of interesting. I like to keep that second joint bent. Trying to see, okay, we're on local. A little bit. There we are. So that hand's open now. That's the hand, that's the finger pose we'll use. So let's come here, select our fingers. We will create a pose. Let's save it. And then create pose. We'll just call this open and on the right side. Great. And let's get a slightly better image. Just somewhere in the middle of your viewport. There we are. That's okay. So we're there. We're open. And opens up. Let's say we want more of that hand to open up here. Then I would want that held for a few frames. Right there. Let's push it over one more. That way it can be seen anyway. And then we're grabbing on the next frame. Let's push these back. Whoops. One frame over. Grabbing and then tossing here. So we're closed here, and then we're going to open back up this frame there. Then I want to overshoot that pose a bit. Not that much. Come back just a little bit. And then we'll paste that original pose so it stays open. And then we just want to relax it a little bit. Not that's weird. Let's Euler fix these. This is odd. Huh. Let's do a plus equals 350. Get this more back in line to where it should be. Okay, there we are. Okay, so we want the hand kind of open here again. We're going to paste this pose here. Key paste. And then close it up a little bit. Just do a slight modification. These finger poses here. They got a little bit of something else to work with. Then what I'm going to do, that's good here. Wants to bring this one up a little bit more. Actually, not that one. Bring these both down a little bit. Now we can bring this one back up. Then bend that a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to drag that hand, like keep it open. We want to keep that pose and then make a modification on it. So we'll just select our controls here. Copy and paste that one. I'm just going to rotate all those back a little bit like that. So it looks like they're dragging. And then we want to paste this pose here. And we want to grab there, but I'm going to put a key there and then paste this pose here. We'll save our pose asset over here. We're going to hide our helper there. Come back here and check it out. Cool. Let me see here. Is there anything else that I want to do with this? Like so. That elbow feels weird. There's just something off. No. Point that back. I think that's fine. Elbow should be up there. Why did it feel weird here? I'm not sure. Let's come back over here. So we should be probably around down here. Change those positions. Up. Keep that hand open there. So these Oilers are getting out of control there. Okay. Don't want that there. I'm just gonna delete that key there. I wanted to just kind of move out of its position slower and drag it behind. Moving down. Okay. Let's see how that works. So then when she catches, you can have like a slight bend there. Clean up this oiler. Maybe it can go back. Maybe. And then start going around the head that way. Maybe. This can come over here more. And let's go ahead and fake that. Bring that over here more. Okay. I don't like that. Grab it. Let's get it here. Yeah. That's not, I'm not feeling it. Oh, we want the hand out here. We want to grab here. Keep the hand out here. Keep this hand over here. Rotate that sword that way. I think that'll be okay. Bring this up a little bit more. Definitely am not working with a lot of space here. Move this out of the way more. Maybe probably rotate this over just a little bit more. Oof, that didn't help because that moved with it. Okay, do that. Cool. Not the best. Let's see if there's anything else. Just can't help it. Sometimes you just want to keep moving. But we're coming to a close here. I'll change this up. There we are. That's where we'll leave it. So that'll be the end of this series. Basically, we're just getting to know how to animate in 5.6 Unreal, see how some of these new things worked. But I'm not going to be taking this one to polish, but I think it's a fine block out. Block in, blocking pass. Lots of ways to say it. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that journey with us, and happy animating out there.